So we're going to get started. Like I said, my name is Elaine Coughlin. I am one of the partners with VentureHome. I am part of CoLab, the co-working space that is part of this program. I'm going to let the other partners also introduce themselves before we get started. So I'll turn it over to Anne.
Hi, everyone. I'm Anne Ruppnow. I'm the university partner with UW-Eau Claire and the entrepreneurship program there. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adira Sankara, and I am the Assistant Director of WiSys. And I've worked closely with Anne and Elaine to get this program up and running in Eau Claire. Now I would like to introduce WiSys President Arjun Sangha to introduce the WiSys VentureHome program a little bit and talk about why we picked Eau Claire to be the pilot location for this program. So Arjun, if you wouldn't mind.
Thank you, Adira. Really appreciate it. This is really exciting. So welcome to pitch day for the third level up cohort for WiSys VentureHome Eau Claire. We're excited to see so many people that are interested in hearing about these excellent companies. Maybe we go to the next slide and we'll. So, WiSys VentureHome was a program that we started to be able to connect our communities, the 11 University of Wisconsin schools across the state, and the communities that they're in to resources. And as we know, it's been a really challenging time in the last couple of years. And so it's even more important to support the entrepreneurs locally that are building new and exciting scalable companies. And their work is really important. So the VentureHome mission was to facilitate scalable startups by providing local access to a statewide network of resources in the UW system regional campus communities. And we started with Eau Claire because of all of the great resources that they have there, including UW-Eau Claire and our partnership with CoLab and Elaine. And we've already had tremendous progress despite the pandemic. Maybe we go to the next slide. So the WiSys VentureHome, it is a program to support entrepreneurs throughout the state. And each VentureHome is a partnership between WiSys, the local community, and the university that's in that community. And through this partnership, we're able to connect entrepreneurs throughout the state to resources that they might need so that they can create their companies in their local communities. Let's go to the next slide. Thank you. So we launched in 2020, and as everyone knows, the pandemic hit soon after, but through the great work of our partners that are here, the momentum has continued. And as you know, now more than ever, we need these local entrepreneurs to build new companies, to get our economy going, and they're doing just that. And not only that, has the VentureHome program through the Level Up program helped these 6 companies, but 18 through 3 cohorts, but we've also assisted 70 local entrepreneurs and over 100 statewide. So we're really excited about the program and the progress that we've made with our partners. And we'd like you to, help out all of these entrepreneurs and figure out how we can support them so that they can be successful. So with that, I can't wait to hear about the scalable companies from this third cohort, and I'll turn it back to Elaine.
I'm going to turn it back to Anne. Thank you so much, Arjun.
Yes, thank you, Arjun. It has been just wonderful to be the pilot VentureHome program and to have it be right here in Eau Claire. We appreciate our partnership with WiSys so very much. Just a quick shout out to our steering committee because they are key to us doing this. You've heard from Elaine and myself, Becca Coleman with the EDC, Kelly Berry with Resource Ability, Noah Pliwa, the founder of Village, and Doug Roten, who was the technical product owner at Jamf when he came onto our committee. He's now with Ford Motor Company. We appreciate all of you so much, and they are key to helping shape our VentureHome program, including helping us to select the cohort each time. Next slide. So our Level Up program is a little different than some of the other programs you may have heard about. We are a 5-month program. We are open to anyone in the community. That includes university students, faculty. You do not have to even have been a part of a UW program or university to participate. So we love that it's open to anyone to apply. We really try to help the cohorts, the founders, gain some traction. So it's also a little unique in that you can come into this program no matter where you are with your startup. And our goal is to help take you to the next level. And we're very much about building community. And so that's a really important aspect. Next slide. And I think I'm turning it over to Elaine.
Yeah, thank you, Anne. Community really was the impetus for us here at CoLab. We are a co-working community and we know the value of working with folks. So to be able to bring entrepreneurs together and through a program where it doesn't feel lonely or isolating was really important to us. So as you can see from the picture, those are genuine smiles, and these cohorts are building lasting relationships. They are working within each other's networks, making connections, and just doing amazing things as a group. And we intend to keep it that way and give them platforms and resources to keep connecting with each other. So these are just some of our successes we've seen to date, which we're really excited to present. We've seen 5 companies that have received some type of funding. Several have launched products, tons of referrals made for our Eau Claire area entrepreneurs through mentors, investors, and that's not just within the local ecosystem, that's statewide and sometimes beyond. So that's been really rewarding for us and the entrepreneurs. And we've started 6 companies that have formed around commercializing technologies with the UW portfolio through WiSys. So we're really, really excited to present these companies that we've been working with over the past 5 months. There have been ups and downs and pivots and changes and lots of stuff going on, and it's all been just so positive. It has been such a pleasure working with these 6 founder groups, to watch them work together, to get to know each other, and just to watch the growth since we started way back in October. So it's been a long time coming. They have put so much work into these companies and have come a long way in the last 5 months. So we'll be hearing from 5 of the 6 you see here today. One we will hear from down the road, but we have 5 that we'll present to you all today, and we're so pleased to do that. Right. And Adira, did you want to talk about some opportunities for sponsorship with our program?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Elaine. As Arjun mentioned, this is a program that takes, really a community to support the community. We have statewide resources, we have local resources, and we're really pulling all of these things together for our entrepreneurs. One of the hallmarks of this program is that it is free for entrepreneurs. We don't charge the entrepreneurs. In fact, the entrepreneurs get 6 months of sort of free co-working space at the CoLab and all the resources that come with that. They get access to WiSys' statewide mentor network, and we just have a whole host of resources that we put into this program. So we wanted to bring this up here with our community members who are present here and interested in what our startups are doing and what they have to say, and present some sponsorship opportunities for the VentureHome program. Through these opportunities, you'll have access, connection, and engagement to local startups, to local businesses and entrepreneurs. But we also have sponsorship opportunities that can give you a more statewide presence and engagement if that is what you're interested in. So I'll leave this up here for now, but I would encourage you, if you're interested in sponsorship, to please contact one of the partners. We're happy to customize some of these packages as well. And as I mentioned, this is a statewide program. We have a location, as you know, in Eau Claire where we started. But we also have another location in Green Bay and are growing pretty rapidly to a few other locations by the end of this year. So if you're interested, please contact us. And with that, I would also like to thank our statewide partners. Next slide, please. I'd like to thank our statewide partners who have been sort of the founding partners from day one as we've conceived of this idea for VentureHome and executed on it, and you know, are 2 years into our first VentureHome. So thank you to all our partners, and with that, I'll turn it back to Elaine to get the pitches started.
All right, so the moment we've all been waiting for, I'm actually going to bring in the CoLab community manager, Adam Akala, who is going to go over some logistics post pitches. So you have all that going into breakout rooms after the pitches real quick.
Good afternoon, everyone. So after our pitches this afternoon, you'll have the opportunity to speak to our founders in individual breakout rooms. Once these rooms open, you'll have the option to select which one you'd like to join, titled by company name. This can be done via the Breakout Rooms tab that will appear on the bottom of your screen. Once you are done in one room, you can click the Leave Room button and continue on to another. If the Breakout Rooms tab does not appear, we will have someone sitting in this main room where you can let us know via the chat what group you would like to join, and we'll move you to the appropriate room. Someone will remain in this main room throughout that session to make sure that you can get into the rooms that you would like and talk to the people that you would like to as well. A reminder that the Q&A will end promptly at 1:30. Also, please share your contact information in those breakout rooms with any of our founders for future conversations outside of this event. Their contact information will also be shared with you in a follow-up email. With that, I'll kick it back to Elaine.
Thank you so much, Adam. All right, so we're going to get started. We are starting with Shane Sanders, and he is with Place. So we'll stop sharing our screen here, Shane, and then you can put yours up and start whenever, and you'll have 6 minutes to pitch.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming today. My name is Shane Sanders, and I'm the founder and designer of Figs Blaze. There's a problem in the $330 million adult action figure collector market. Most of the folks who buy these collectibles don't have anywhere decent to display their action figures. Many use ad hoc solutions like bookshelves, desktops, or china cases. Others, like yours truly, have their collection stored away in totes. What's the solution? Figs Blaze. Not unlike a miniature Hollywood set, Figs Blaze puts the power in the collector's hand to choose the setting, lighting, sound, and even motion to create dynamic displays. The Figs Blaze app grants collectors control over the unit, while decorative setting can be easily swapped in and out at will. True to the old adage, show don't tell, I present Figs Blaze. As you can see, action figures are big business. At 20% of the market share, adult action figure collectors spent $330 million in 2020 on action figures and accessories, and that's just in the United States. The total spent on action figures is projected to steadily increase 5% per year into 2028. In year one, Figs Blaze plans to employ a pre-sale model on crowdfunding platform Kickstarter. This strategy provides guaranteed sales numbers to show traction for future investment rounds and allows Figs Blaze to move units without having to pay for most manufacturing costs up front. It's the year one goal to move 1,500 fig splay units or reach $300,000 during the crowdfunding campaign. As you can see in years 2 through 5, the diversity of accessories in the product line is Fig Splay's bread and butter. Even with a modest 30% growth projection, the original product line holds its own, but with the line expansion of new accessories year after year, sales begin to rise exponentially. Collectors love to collect, and adding an era of collectability to the Fig Splay's product line is a big part of the Fig Splay's business model. In 2022, Fig Splays will finish the development phase and launch its Kickstarter campaign supported by a grassroots social media marketing strategy. 2023 sees the first scheduled investment round for Fig Splays to help scale the business, and e-commerce sales will also begin on the Fig Splays website. Website sales carry on over into 2024, but relationships with large online toy retailers like Big Bad Toy Store will also be formed. Potential cross-marketing partnerships with action figure companies will also be explored. In my mind, this is the most important thing I will say in this pitch today. Nothing exists like Fig Splays. The closest competitors on the market today are young Chinese companies that take traditional, static, boring approach to figure displays. Most of them focus on the 12-inch scale, and none of them have anywhere near the same amount of features or functionality. In 7 months, Fig Splays has blossomed from the idea of one collector working on his grad thesis into a product that is getting ready to take the market by storm. With hard work and the support of organizations like WiSys, CoLab, and UW Stout, Fig Splays is entering an exciting phase in which the electrical and software engineering needed to take Fig Splays to market are becoming a reality. Domestic manufacturing relationships are being formed, and Fig Splays' network continues to grow. So why am I the right person for this job? The simple truth is this: I want to live in a world with Fig Splays. I want them for my own enjoyment, just as much as I want to start this business and share them with the world. When it comes to Fig Splays, my passion is inextinguishable, and that's what makes me dangerous to my competitors and an asset to you. Fig Splays is asking for a $185,000 investment in the company. Most of that total will be used to alleviate stress from the cost of tooling. The rest will be used for any additional R&D costs, such as paying for final prototype fabrication and hiring artists and designers on a freelance contract to complete work related to diorama and background scenery creation. I look forward to answering any questions you may have, and I thank you for your time.
Great work, Shane. Thank you so much. We're going to roll right into the next one with Anthony Mead with Flan Seed Kits. Anthony, feel free to get started and share your screen whenever you're ready.
Thank you everyone for being here today. I am Anthony Mead and I'm the founder of Flan Seed Kits. 10 years ago, I spent my summers applying pesticides and fertilizers on lawns, coming home covered in pesticides, not able to hug my newborn son or my wife. And it was at that time that I knew my top priority had to be to create a safe and simple lawn care alternative. A few years ago, I discovered flowering lawns. They're great, they're safe, they support beneficial pollinators, and they can grow in most any condition, soil or light. These will save you up to $1,700 per year by reducing your mowing by about 75% and reducing your fertilizer and watering needs to zero. But the problem is, there was no easy way to create a flowering lawn. That is until now. I present to you Flan Seed Kits. It's everything you need to transform your lawn into a flowering lawn in a box. The contents right now for our MVP include 3 low-growing wildflower varieties, simple 2-step instructions with frequently asked questions, a handmade metal flowering sign that you can see behind me, and a free sample through our Share Some Seed program to try to spread the wealth and benefit of these. It's super simple. You open the kit up, You spread the flawn seed any time of the year. Right now is a perfect day to do it in all of Wisconsin over a fresh snowfall. If it's spring, summer, or fall, you simply mow your lawn as short as possible and then spread the seed over the grass. Don't know how big your lawn is? There's no issue. We do that work for you too on our website, flawnseed.com. Right now it's live and you can request a free measurement and let us know what area of your property you would like measured, and you'll receive a custom email containing the lawn area and product recommendations for you. Our MVP flawn seed kit is shown here and comes in 5 different sizes and can be custom ordered for larger areas. Our 5,000 square foot kit is our best seller with a 79% profit margin, and you can see the others there. Down the road, we look to expand to specialty kit models for different habitats, as well as a subscription service for recurring revenue to add some more color and life to your property, especially adding the benefit of having these short growing wildflowers earlier in the season. So say you wanted red, white, and blue on 4th of July, we could do that, and those seeds would show up for you in the spring. When it comes to competition, conventionally you would have to page through a multi-hundred page catalog or go to multiple websites and try to find individual seed varieties, or buy a large mix that has a lot of seeds you're not actually looking for, and then deal with the difficult seeding instructions and trying to figure out how much seed you actually need for your area. Or you could take out the work yourself and hire somebody, but you're going to be spending thousands of dollars. My organic lawn care company does this. We've transformed over 10 acres in the Eau Claire area, but it's large, noisy equipment that can make a big mess. Here you can see where we're positioned on the market compared to these alternatives. It's a low cost, easy alternative to doing the research yourself, hiring somebody for thousands of dollars, or by all means, hopefully you don't have to put yourself into harm's way by using chemicals to kill your lawn off. Looking at the entire $1.5 billion spent on lawn care every year for over 50 million acres, we're just targeting homeowners with kids and pets. In the initial stages, we're looking at the Midwest region, and then by 2024, really accelerating growth by going national. You can see that the cash flow, based off of the margins that we saw earlier, goes right along with the revenue growth. Right now, we're available for sale at flawnseed.com, and Amazon is coming this week. We already have meetings with Down to Earth Garden Center, and actually the Bruce Company, which is in 2023, has actually already had a letter of intent to purchase our products when our new packaging arrives next week. We already sold $8,500 at the Garden Expo in Madison 2 weeks ago, and we are in talks with contractors to wholesale to them so that our customers can have an option to have somebody install this for them. By 2024, we want to switch to big box retail to expand our market reach and lower our customer acquisition costs. You're well aware I'm part of the VentureHome program, which has been absolutely phenomenal. And I've already been accepted to the Founder Institute in Chicago, but we're deferring to fall to see if we can get some pre-seed funding before starting another accelerator. We also applied to the Wisconsin Business Plans Contest. And as I mentioned, we sold $8,500 there just in 3 days, distributing over 550 business cards, really proving the concept and getting great customer feedback and testing our risky assumptions. Our marketing company is Mary Kate McManaman, and she's posting on social media, and our web traffic continues to grow every day. We already have meetings with garden centers, and our new packaging is on the way. My bachelor's degree in marketing, as well as my associate's degree in horticulture, set me up perfectly to run this company to where the goals need to be. I am pursuing a co-founder actively on Y Combinator Startup School member as well. So I'm asking for a minimum of $100,000 investment, and this is mainly because of the supply chain issues that exist today, and we need to secure relationships, partners in the growing industry to make sure that we have supply to go to market at the rates we want to. Once we have that inventory secured, then we can spend money on marketing and sales reps, which this is only 6 months, so I know those figures are low, but we have to get the inventory first. Then we can market and sell, and the packaging will be here shortly. Thank you very much.
Great job, Anthony. Thank you so much. All right, we'll roll right into the next one with Andrew with Fixity. Andrew, feel free to share your screen and begin whenever you're ready.
Okay, thanks, Elaine. I'm Andrew Nisa, and I want to talk to you about citizen requests. Citizens have complaints and suggestions, and it's how good governing gets done on the local level. And it's best to use software for this because it provides better data and it can save up to 95% in costs. But there are some problems with this emerging market. Citizen request systems are often bundled with monolithic packages that require a large investment of time and money, paying for stuff you don't need, and may have complex onboarding. The systems aren't that user-friendly, the licensing costs are cumbersome, and small cities are often priced out. I want to change the status quo with my product Fixity. It makes it easy to report issues and for cities to solve them. Reporting is done with a cross-platform app that provides key management tools for cities, giving two-way communication between citizens and staff. So let's take a quick look. The citizen goes to Fixity on the app. Their location is detected from where they can hit a report button. They confirm the problem location, write a short note, and attach an optional photo. When they hit send, it goes into the system. Notifications are sent, and now staff can view the issue in a management console. They can work with issues individually, or they can use a work order system to group issues together. Let's look at the total market. In the US, there's about 24,000 cities of various sizes. Our target market is cities with 2,000 to 100,000 people, and that's about 17,000 cities. The USA and Canada are our primary markets, but Fixity works around the world, and that opens the door to 370,000 cities. Our business model is software as a service. We want to charge cities an annual price for using the platform. And there's other possible revenues as well, but let's look at the core model and focus on the United States for a second. If you assume a 1% capture rate across the previously mentioned city sizes, you could see something like 870K in recurring revenue. And if you focus harder on the small cities, you could crack $1 million. Costs, right now it doesn't cost much to run the server and it has plenty of capacity. $700 a year gets you about 700 simultaneous users, and I think that can support about 50 cities. But with more capital, I can take actions to accelerate growth, like expanding development and sales. So getting to market, we've looked at everything from Google Ads to cold calls, but it seems like the best opportunities are through personal relationships and LinkedIn outreach to key players. One thing we want to do is to eliminate the pain to try our product out. We want to make it super easy to boot up your city in Fixity, try it in a trial, and then commit to using it. We want to price ourselves low enough to avoid competitive bidding processes where possible. And we're working on concurrent plans for tech, sales, marketing, and support. Competition does exist. Like I said before, many competitors are components of large software packages that try to do everything. So Fixity occupies the market segment that is sweet and simple, just the basics, and we're not going to try to be everything. Our closest competitor in this regard is SeeClickFix, which is also focused on the citizen request aspect. Our advantage is that we can get cities started faster than the competition. Because of the way the software is built, it grows by itself and onboarding tasks are automated. And this is key. Any city in the world can be ready to go in 60 seconds, and nobody else can say that. We don't want to force you to do a demo or sign contracts before you try the software. We want you to be able to use it right away and get hooked on how easy it is to use. Oh, excuse me, I have to go back a slide. Also, we work around the world and we can translate the software from English, and we focus on the essentials. Citizen requests first and foremost. We're not an afterthought to some giant software package. And because we target the lower end of the market, we're more accessible to more communities that are neglected by our competitors. So right now, Fixity is pre-revenue. It's transitioning from a minimum viable product to a minimum marketable product, and it will be ready to sell this year. Our biggest problem is going to be reaching out to cities and creating the awareness of Fixity as an option. In the last year, we've improved the software and added capabilities, done market research, user feedback, and testing. And we've done a couple demos with cities and are talking with one regional city right now to do a pilot program. The team right now is me, Andrew Nisa. I have a degree in information systems, and I've been working with independent contractors to help me with some other tasks. So I'm asking for your connections to help me find cities, fans, developers, and people who are good at sales and marketing, especially B2G. And for $200,000, which I can hire a developer to help me mature the technology, and also customer service reps for an outstanding customer experience, and of course, sales and marketing. So Fixity is a software as a service platform to handle citizen requests. It's just the basics, and it does the basics well. It considers a neglected market segment of small towns and cities, but it can serve big cities as well. And it doesn't skimp on the features or have complex licensing. It has the best-in-class user interface for reporting and the best-in-class onboarding time. It has unique features our competitors haven't considered, and it's very scalable, growing in the cloud as needed. With your help, we can storm into the citizen engagement market and help make our cities better for less cost. Thank you.
Awesome job, Andrew. Thank you so much. All right, next up we have Kim with ACP Solar. Kim, feel free to share your screen and start whenever you're ready.
Okay, ready to go. Okay. Hi, my name is Kim Pearson, and I developed a new product that will help dairy farmers save money by harvesting energy from the sun. My company is ACP Solar. Since 2017, Wisconsin has lost 1.57 dairy farms per day due to financial problems. Since 2005, Wisconsin has lost over half its small dairy farms. The couple in the picture here has realized that they just can't make it financially anymore, and so they have to sell their herd. 25% of a dairy farmer's operating budget goes to processed milk, and this is where my invention comes in. More energy from the sun hits the earth in 1 hour than all the energy used by humans in an entire year. So I'm going to help farmers install solar water heaters to reduce their costs. Farmers in Australia and Ireland saved about 40% on water heating costs by utilizing solar water heaters, but I can't find a single Wisconsin farm doing this. About 4 years ago, I came up with a new invention design, and I went down to Menards and saved big money and got all the parts I needed to build a prototype that turned out to be 72.5% efficient. This is amazing since commercial panels are only about 80% efficient. This diagram shows the relationship between my panel and my competitors. So if you take two panels and they have the same output water flow rate, my panel beats all the competitors that I've tested it against. That means my panel is more efficient than everybody else's and will provide a shorter payback period. Additionally, my panel is made completely out of polycarbonate, so it doesn't suffer from the corrosion problems that plague commercial panels because they're made out of mixed metal components. My panel is less expensive and it's lighter, so it's easier to install and cheaper to ship. The clear cover on the panel is made out of polycarbonate twin wall, and it's 50 times stronger than the tempered glass that's used on commercial panels. And the twin wall also provides twice the thermal insulation. The diagram on the right shows the two main components of a solar water heater. The red is the absorber, and that absorber, my design is being patented. WiSys will submit a patent hopefully in early April. And then I've been working really hard to come up with a unique design for the enclosure that surrounds it so that I can also get a patent on that. I've had multiple grants from UWC and WiSys, and those grants have helped me with initial investigation of my design and commercialization. With those research dollars, I've constructed various prototypes and 2 testing stations so that I can check out new ideas that I have and determine whether they're really going to work or not. I've also been working with Mitch Bruning. He's the chair of the new Wisconsin Dairy Innovation Hub, and Mitch has been fantastic in providing with all kinds of information about how his farm works. I'm also working with UW-Madison and Law Entrepreneurship Clinic. Minnesota and Wisconsin have about 10,000 dairy farms and 1.74 million cows. Mitch's farm has about 430 cows, and he spends 30 grand a year on heating water. If you assume a 40% savings, then that means that 1.74 million cows in Wisconsin, Minnesota, we can save about $48.6 million. My go-to-market strategy will be to initially build these SaaS systems by hand, so I need some early adopters to help me test them out. Once the beta testing is completing, then I'm going to go through the process of getting the panel certified so it can qualify for renewable energy rebates. To increase production and reduce per unit costs, I'm going to need to develop some specialized tooling. And I'm a physics professor, so I'm going to use marketing and business services to help me start and run the company. My revenue model for initial startup, my raw material costs are about $300 per panel. I can probably get things cheaper if I buy in bulk. My fabrication costs are almost zero because I have all the space and tools that I need. So if I sell the panels for $600 each, that means about a $300 profit. Realistically, if things go well, I can probably do 4 farms the first year. The next year, if I work in the nice months in Wisconsin, I can probably get 9 in. And if I can double that the next year, then that tells me this company probably will work. So I'm going to need some investment capital to expand the business. My current team is very smart physicists, many of whom are smarter than I am. I've started 2 other successful companies, one when I was in college, and then I worked with numerous companies in the region on all sorts of R&D projects, from integrated circuit fabrication to helping or trying to figure out how to make firemen's boots more sticky when they work on ice. My ask is introduction to dairy farmers so that I can model their water heating systems and project how much they could save if they would utilize solar water heaters. And after I've had a number of successful installations, I'm going to be seeking investment capital to scale my business. Thank you.
Great job, Kim. Thank you very much. All right. Last but not least, of course, is Timothy Dilly and Scott Koslowski with Sun Venture Partners. Feel free to share your screen and start whenever you're ready.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Timothy Dilly with Sun Venture Partners.
And I'm Scott Kozlowski.
And we develop big solar projects. So our story is pretty simple. Scott and I work for a solar company that didn't know how
hey,
to. And,
Tim,
yep.
I'm sorry to interrupt. We're not seeing a screen share.
Oh, I apologize.
All good.
There we go. Is that better?
Yep, looks like I can see your website here.
Okay, there we go. All right, so our story is pretty simple. We work for a solar company that didn't know how to and didn't want to install larger scale projects. So Scott and I started our own company, and that's what we're doing. Wisconsin's story is the time is now. There is about 20. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tim, we're seeing your website, not your slideshow.
Oh.
All good.
Okay. Strange.
There it is. Looks good.
Okay. Sorry, everyone. So the time is now in the Wisconsin market. It's anticipated that 24,000 acres worth of solar will be developed over the next 5 years here. Legislation changes are coming, and we would like to develop at least 10% of that market share of over the next 5 years. That's about 25 acres, 2,500 acres minimum. Traction, we've got that. We've identified multiple projects or sites throughout Wisconsin and Minnesota, 40 plus sites to be exact. And we have proven revenue streams, including consulting fees, commissions, overrides, land acquisition fees, et cetera. But that aside, moving forward, we're focusing on developing the larger scale projects. Therefore, our revenue should be primarily from development fees and profit sharing on projects. We also have numerous partnerships and networks that we're leveraging, and we are in queue with WiSys to develop some of the contracts required. We're also working with the University of Duluth to form a renewable energy group that we plan on replicating and bringing to Wisconsin as well as other states. And we're very excited about that. The problem is landowners have land that's not generating revenue. Developers need land to generate revenue, and utilities need developers or people like us who can develop more renewable energy sources. The way we do this or solve that problem is we identify the best sites, we put them under agreement, and then we exclusively develop and then sell the project. Over the next 8 years, the solar market's expected to grow by nearly 300% by 2030. Big solar projects also mean big project or big market share. Even though we can develop projects, residential, commercial, all different types, you can see on the gray bars that typically about 80% now of the solar capacity installed are the larger solar projects. So it's smart that we're pursuing that market segment, whereas in 2010, maybe it was only 20% or 30% of the market share. The way we do this is we identify the best sites. We then conduct various studies and analyses. We mitigate the risks with a gated approach for all the stakeholders across the development project processes. And then we sell the power, we secure project funding, put the numbers together, and then ultimately sell the project or flip it to an owner operator, someone or an entity typically that can take advantage of the tax credits, incentives, et cetera. We have in-house processes that allow us to identify the best sites, and then we reach out direct to the landowner. But in the future, because of our networks and relationships, we plan on leveraging those fully for business in the future. This year, we will be able to see our first large project that we've been working on for a number of years actually flip. Now, we guesstimate ballpark that we will earn somewhere between $300,000 and just over $1 million for every 500 acres that are developed. It's good to know that a single project may be just over 500 acres. And again, this varies greatly based on the size, the type of project, location, funding. Is it my personal funding? Is it our investors' funding? Is it our partners' funding? There's a lot of things like this that come into play. If we develop 500 acres a year over a 4-year period in Wisconsin, it's potential that that could be a just short of $5 million opportunity. If we develop 5,000 acres a year over a 4-year period nationally, that could be short of a $50 million opportunity. And smaller developers are out there like One Energy Renewables that are more focused in the Madison area, and they may not be as fast and as quick as we can be because we actually are physically here in Northwest Wisconsin. If we're talking about Wisconsin specifically, bigger developers like EDF Renewables, again, they have corporate processes that makes it a little difficult when it gets to negotiation or getting sites under agreement and contract. Again, we're very quick and we have a national network. So we are able to approach landowners with a big, small type approach. Landowners and customers choose Sun Venture Partners because of our people and our focus on relationship building. And our success is supported by working directly with industry-leading experts who are first and foremost outstanding people who have equally outstanding reputations. We're seeking pre-development funding and project capital stack creation from strategic investors on future projects, and also financial advisor, someone to navigate not only our business, but also these projects in the future. Thank you very much.